Have you ever made a recipe that everyone keeps talking about long after the meal is over? That's exactly what these Honeydew Melon Feta Skewers do. They look elegant, they are incredibly refreshing, and every bite has perfect mix of juicy honeydew, creamy feta, sweet citrus, and a bright orange mustard vinaigrette. Honestly, the dressing is what makes this recipe so special. So let's make it together. We'll start with the honeydew melon. I usually slice it into thick rounds first because it makes peeling so much easier. One more tip before you serve them, choose a honeydew that's fragrant but still feels firm when you gently press it. A melon that's too soft can become watery, making the skewers harder to assemble and less enjoyable to eat. It's light, refreshing, and exactly the kind of appetizer that feels made for warm summer days. Once you have removed the rind and scooped out the seeds, cut the melon into bite-sized cubes. They don't have to be perfectly identical, but keeping them close in size means every skewer gets the perfect balance of sweet melon, creamy feta, and juicy citrus. Now peel the mandarins, oranges, or any citrus fruit of your choice and separate them into segments. If they are a little large, cut them in half. These skewers are meant to be easy to enjoy in one bite, so smaller pieces work much better. Start with a firm block of feta. You can pat it dry with a paper towel if you want, but a little moisture in feta helps the herbs stick much better. So every bite is packed with flavor instead of the seasoning ending up on the plate. Now let's give the feta a little extra personality. Mix together the dried oregano or mixed Italian herbs, red pepper flakes, and chopped parsley. Then gently coat each cube. The oregano adds a lovely savory note, the parsley keeps everything fresh, and the chili flakes add just a hint of warmth. They won't make the skewers spicy, they simply balance the natural sweetness of the fruit. If you're making these for a summer gathering, here's a tip that makes entertaining so much easier. You can cut the melon, season the feta, and prepare the vinaigrette a day ahead. Store everything separately in the refrigerator, then assemble the skewers just before serving. They look fresher, the feta will stay firm, and the fruit will keep its wonderful texture. Favorite part, the orange mustard vinaigrette. This is a little detail that turns a simple fruit and cheese skewer into something people genuinely remember. In a small bowl, whisk together freshly squeezed orange juice, Dijon mustard, olive oil, honey, salt, ground black pepper, and mix until smooth. Lastly, add the chopped parsley and mix again. Dijon mustard does more than add flavor. It helps bring the dressing together into a silky vinaigrette that coats every skewer beautifully. And if you have fresh oranges, definitely use them. Fresh orange juice has a brighter, sweeter flavor that really makes this dressing shine. Now it's time to assemble everything. Add one piece of honeydew onto a wooden skewer, followed by a seasoned feta cube, a mandarin segment, and another piece of honeydew. As you build each skewer, try to keep the same order every time. It's a tiny detail, but it makes the finished platter look colorful, balanced, and beautifully put together. If you make these Honeydew Melon Feta Skewers, I would love to know where you will be serving them. Let me know in the comments because I always love hearing how you make these recipes your own. Arrange all the skewers on your serving platter, then drizzle the vinaigrette lightly over the top. A little goes the long way here. You want the dressing to highlight the fresh ingredients, not overpower them. You can finish with another sprinkle of chopped parsley and some red pepper flakes for a fresh pop of color. What I love most about this recipe is how every ingredient has its moment. You first taste the juicy sweetness of the honeydew, then the creamy saltiness of the feta, followed by a burst of sweet mandarin. The orange mustard vinaigrette ties everything together with just right amount of citrusy brightness. Whether you're serving these at brunch, packing them for a picnic, bringing them to a barbecue, or simply enjoying them on the patio with a cold drink, they are guaranteed to add a little color to the table and a lot of flavor to every bite. If you enjoyed cooking with me today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my Ginger Garlic Kitchen channel for more easy recipes made with simple, everyday ingredients. Thanks for watching. Happy cooking. See you next time.